When the light starts to glow, when the rivers start to flow, self is becoming awake. When the moon in fullness shines, when thousand stars within you find, self is becoming awake. Wake to yourself, fate you'll see as your own pulsating cosmic reality.
Welcome to this celebration of the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. The Global Women's Center is a place where one can come awake to oneself. Here women can discover pure knowledge, the Veda within, and pulsate in the shimmering bliss of being.
Shimmering darkness, shimmering space, shimmering wholeness of points encased in shimmering circles, opening in waves, spiraling particles in my silent enclave.
The Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment is a place where you can enliven your divinity within, Mother Divine churning. Nestled in the pristine nature of the Catskill Mountains, on 400 acres, including an 88-acre lake, is the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. Here, one effortlessly falls into the deep silence of being and can truly come back home.
Fall to serenity, pulled by gravity, expand to infinity, dance in felicity. It's like the summer's refreshing greens. It's like the still lake, pure and serene. It's like the evening's holy hour, the gentle beauty of a fragrant flower. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling to a place that's calling, that's calling, that's calling love, sweet grace. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling to a place that's calling, that's calling, that's calling love, sweet grace. That's calling love, sweet grace. That's calling love's sweet grace.
सूर्यकोटि प्रतीकाशम् चन्द्रकोटि समप्रभम् तन्मध्ये निकरौ सूक्ष्मम् ब्रह्मरूप व्यवस्थितम् ओंकारं परमानन्दम् सदैव सुखसुन्दरी सिद्धलक्ष्मी मोक्षलक्ष्मी आदिलक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते सिद्धलक्ष्मी मोक्षलक्ष्मी आदिलक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गल माङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते 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 महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते
Jai Gurudev. Welcome everyone joined together here in Livingston Manor, New York, and throughout the world via Zoom to celebrate this groundbreaking achievement. This is a grand milestone for GLOW, the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. This celebration not only marks a new residential home for Mother Divine, but the dawn of a new era for the Mother Divine program, which Maharshi Mahesh Yogi founded in 1981 for all the women of the world to live a life in freedom, fullness, and enlightenment. In 2003, on August 31st, during the 22nd anniversary of the Mother Divine program, in Meru, the Netherlands, Maharshi said, quote, "I am trying to have a very large number of Mother Divine. Large number of Mother Divine. Many efforts are being made to increase the number of Mother Divine in comfortable climates, under comfortable conditions of living, and very soon will fulfill our aspiration to have a very large number of Mother Divine on earth, and then the earth will be heaven." Today we are joined in the auspicious and enlightened presence of Maharaj Adiraj Rajaram and Maharani Velia, Rajajeshris of the International Transcendental Meditation Organizations, Prime Minister Dr. Neil Patterson, enlightened leaders, teachers, and beloved friends of Mother Divine. We hope those online connecting with us who may be connecting for the first time will share in our bliss and join us as we move forward to bring Maharshi's vision to fulfillment. And to our precious friends and supporters who helped make this possible. All Mother Divine are so excited to have you here to express our appreciation for all your support in building the GLOW campus. We are overwhelmed with joy living in our new building, and immediately everyone has noticed a deepening of joy and our experiences of consciousness. Without further ado, we have a full program today, and I would like to introduce our first speaker, Rajajeshwari Rindi.
Jai Gurudev. A perfect way to start our celebration today with the impulses of the Devata, the intelligence responsible for the affluence on every level of existence. And we thank our dear Chandrika, special friend to Mother Divine, and to everyone for her beautiful recitation. So for a very, very long time, about 20 years, the Mother Divine groups in North America have not been living in proper conditions. Proper conditions meaning perfect vastu and properly constructed buildings as well. You have all helped change that. And we wanted for so long to thank you in the most meaningful way possible for how you have so lovingly and fully given to make this incredible building a reality. So we thought, you have to come here. You have to experience the incomparable softness and power and peace of this place. And then you will understand somewhat the magnitude of your gift to Mother Divine and to the whole world. So again, now you have experienced a taste of it, and for those who are joining us on Zoom, we're going to, in a minute, have a little digital display, and we also invite all the women who are watching on Zoom to come here for courses. But our thank you does not stop here. Our thank you, it comes attached with a total and irrevocable commitment from our side to do everything that we can to enable women and girls from around the world, thousands and thousands and thousands of them, to come here and experience the depth of their own consciousness in the atmosphere of Mother Divine, and here, particularly on this campus, which is what Maharishi referred to as the movement's most sacred land. So that is from our side, and we feel that fulfilling that promise to you, which is our promise to Maharishi, of course, that will truly do justice to the trust you placed in us by helping us build this place. And just to say Maharishi's words, we've heard a little bit from Shrita in the beginning of how important he felt it was for Mother Divine to have a proper home. He also said, as time goes on, our efforts will be more and more fruitful to have larger numbers of Mother Divine. They will be the centers of peace on earth, like oases in the desert. The areas of Mother Divine, the homes of Mother Divine, they are the oases in the desert. Then the whole desert is going to be transformed into very fertile, very fruitful land. This is your gift to the world. And now we'll have a digital tour from Rajajeshwari Kami, who oversaw every detail of the design, the engineering, and the construction of Mother Divine's Vastu here, and along with her team of Mother Divine and many others, made it into the beautiful model of perfection that it is today.
So today we're celebrating the fulfillment of a long journey to the creation and completion of this glorious new Vastu residence building for all of North American Mother Divine here on the campus of the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. Now, for the first time in 17 years, all of North American Mother Divine are together in one location and in Vastu. And I have to say, on behalf of us all, that the bliss and the joy and the deep feelings of gratitude and appreciation have been overflowing and continue to overflow, and it's almost overwhelming. All of us feel there's something very special about this building. Right from the start, it had a almost divine feeling, and right from the moment that we broke ground and then laid the cornerstone in May of 2024. And for those of you who are connected by Zoom and have not been able to enjoy a tour of the building in person, we're now going to show you a little slideshow of some different views of the building from both inside and out. On the auspicious day of March 23rd this year, North American Mother Divine moved into their new Vastu residence building. And here you see the facade of the building decorated with flags and garlands of flowers and lights for the moving in ceremony. At dusk, we turned on all the lights, creating a magical golden glow. The setting sun lit up the top of the cloche in the center of the roof of the building. Here's a view of the building from the east. It's a 300-foot-long, 3-story building, modular construction with 48 suites. The building was designed to be highly energy efficient, using principles of passive house design. And here's a view from the west side, looking over the building at magnificent long-range views of the Catskill Mountains with Lake Chandeleur in the foreground. And here's one of my favorite views of the building in the early morning sunrise, looking all golden and rosy. Now we're entering the building. This is the foyer. Then through the glass doors is the Brahmastan, the silent center of the building, with this beautiful marble inlaid lotus designed by one of our Mother Divine artists. At the south end of the building is our dining hall, where many of you just had lunch. And here is a view of the lecture hall where we all are now. And at the north end of the building, the meditation hall. And now I'll be showing a few interior photos of the suites. This is one of Mother Divine's rooms on the 3rd floor. And here's what we call the aqua room, a guest room on the 3rd floor, south end, and the pink room on the north end. And these following photos are some glorious views of the building at different times of the day in different seasons. Morning sunrise, winter evening sunset, the snow was on the ground. Winter Palace, this picture was taken after our first big snowfall in January. And morning, this is the picture of the morning sun lighting the building, viewed from across the field. And one of our Mother Divine artists created this beautiful sign for the Global Women's Center at the entrance to the campus. Here's a master plan of the Global Women's Center that we created about 2 years ago. In the east, you see the 2 existing peace palaces, and back up on the hill here is the Mother Divine's new residence building just completed. And over here, as you enter the property, this is a new Vastu kitchen, which we built in 2020, and a new east entrance to the campus. But you can see from this photo that there's many spots here on the property where we can build and expand. And we'll be making further plans to do that soon. And just to close, I have to say that the land here at the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment is filled with natural beauty. Marcy once called it our most sacred land. It's a sanctuary of deep silence, peace, and bliss. And everyone experiences immediately this when they come here. Thank you all for joining us today for this special celebration, and thank you for all your love and support over many, many years.
Before we continue with our next speaker, I just wanted to take a moment to honor and deeply appreciate some of the key individuals in this project who really helped make it all happen. I'll start with Mac and Carol Travis, who have held in their hearts since the very beginning, 17 years ago, the vision of the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment and a home for all of North American Mother Divine. In fact, they envisioned this center almost before we did and have held a firm conviction and dedication to its realization. And that has kept us moving forward through all the ups and downs on the journey to this glorious day of celebration and completion. Mac and Carol's financial support came to us at key times throughout this project for our new Vastu kitchen, for our new water system, for this building, giving us the faith and confidence to keep going. Mac, who is a widely respected and experienced real estate developer in Ithaca, New York, has guided and advised us with his expertise at every step of the way, putting us in touch with professionals like Sarah Hayes of Hayes Strategies, who helped us evaluate early estimates for the building and guided us through the bidding process for choosing an on-site construction contractor. We're infinitely grateful for the support and unconditional love that Mac and Carol have given us over the years. This celebration today of our new Vastu residence building for all of North American Mother Divine is a celebration not only of Mac and Carol's generosity, but of all our supporters, their open hearts, and their love. And now I'll continue with more appreciations. First of all, our great Vastu architect, Michael Chilnoff, who's been involved with this project for many, many years. I think the move towards doing this building started back in 2013. And he's been patiently, intelligently guiding every step of the process with enormous flexibility, creativity, and steadiness. Michael. And Michael has expertise in passive house principles and utilized this knowledge in our building design, making it highly energy efficient and comfortable for all seasons. And our New York State architect, Peter Cirillo, who's also back there. And we're so glad he's here with us today. He also helped us with our Vastu kitchen in 2020. And Peter was here when we laid the cornerstone in 2024. And he has been a great supporter and advisor and friend to us every step of the way. So we thank him for that so much. And Tim Ryan, who couldn't be here today, who works with Peter at Cirillo Architects. Tim is a mainstay of Cirillo Architects and has been an invaluable asset to our project over many, many years. He also helped with the kitchen. And I'd like to thank Eric Mitchner, who isn't here today, but He was our owner's rep or clerk of the works, whatever you want to call him, but he lived here on campus for over a year with his wife, Kay, in the little guest apartment attached to our kitchen. Eric quietly, efficiently, and intelligently had his eye on everything all the time, interfacing with contractors and vendors and doing great research when we needed it most. So thank you, Eric. And we'd also like to thank Billman Ross General Contractors. They were our general contractor for this project and also for the kitchen project. And we've had nothing but a good experience with them. And we'd really like to thank our interior design consultant, Sue Weller. Where are you? Right back there. Okay. Oh, good. She traveled here from the Lexington, Kentucky Peace Palace with her husband, and we're really glad that they are here today. We adore Sue and had so much fun working with her. She's extremely knowledgeable about Vastu architecture and principles and was an enormous help in choosing materials for the interior of our building. She found the greatest deals on carpets, and that really saved us a lot of money and time. So, and she also was the person that put us in touch with Alto Marble Inlay, and they're the ones that made the beautiful lotus inlay in the Brahmastan. And I also want to thank Margaret Grasso, who's here today, and she's the one. Margaret created these beautiful curtains in here, and the curtains in the dining hall, and the curtains in those upstairs meeting halls, and some of the guest rooms upstairs. And she and Rob, who's with her here today, they installed all the curtain rods in the east rooms of Mother Divine Suites and all the shades in the west rooms of Mother Divine Suite. So, and she's just been fabulous to work with, so we thank you, Margaret. And last but not least, Gordon and Wayne. They are our maintenance team who do absolutely everything around here with great dedication, resourcefulness, creativity, and bliss. Gordon has been my right-hand man throughout this whole project and always helping me deal with vendors and contractors when I needed it. He also really manages this property and the kitchen, the staff, kitchen staff. He gets along with everyone, and he commands the respect of everyone. Wayne can fix and figure out anything. He is amazing, totally amazing. And Wayne manages our barn and takes care of our cows, which are a very important part of our life here. So we thank him. And both Wayne and Gordon are always so good-natured, positive, willing to do anything. And between the two of them, I think they have moved every bit of furniture and mattresses and foam on this campus. They're very strong and dedicated individuals, so thank you so much.
It's a great, great joy and honor to introduce a very special presentation now. We'd like to introduce Maharaj Adiraj Rajaram, Dr. Tony Nader, MD, PhD, to speak to us now. Dr. Nader is a globally renowned neuroscientist, a Harvard and MIT trained medical doctor, a best-selling author, president of Maharishi International University, and head of the International Transcendental Meditation Organizations. Having worked closely with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi for nearly 30 years, Dr. Nader unifies modern science with ancient Vedic wisdom to explore the science of consciousness, human potential, and world peace. And right after we hear Maharaja speak, we'll also be hearing, very specially today, from Maharani Vailya Lasser Nader, Maharaja's wife. Vailya radiates light and bliss wherever she goes. And with her profound appreciation of Maharishi's Vedic knowledge and her deep insights, she has a natural ability to inspire and uplift everyone. As a beautiful embodiment of Mother herself, Vailya's joyful and radiant being naturally nourishes Maharaja and their two beautiful daughters, Ariane and Katrine. So we're very, very grateful to both of them for all they are constantly doing to bring about the creation of Maharishi's heaven on earth and global Ram Raj. So Maharaj, Dr. Tony Nader, please go ahead.
Jai Gurudev. Thank you for a wonderful occasion to be with you. And I look forward to visiting myself very soon and addressing our dear Mother Divine and friends of Mother Divine. What we are witnessing today is not simply the inauguration of a beautiful building. We are witnessing a historic moment in the unfoldment of world consciousness. Maharishi taught us that consciousness is the basis of everything, that the quality of life in any society, in any nation, in the whole world, is ultimately a reflection of the level of consciousness of the individuals within it. And he gave us something extraordinary, the knowledge and the technologies to raise that consciousness, not one person at a time, but also collectively for the whole of humanity, all at once. This is the purpose of the Mother Divine program. And this is the purpose of the Purusha program. In the most precise and scientific sense, they are generators of coherence for the world. Every moment that Mother Divine and Purusha practice together, morning and evening, day after day, year after year, they are enlivening the field of pure consciousness that underlies all of creation and radiating its harmonizing influence into the entire atmosphere of collective life. Maharishi describes this as the most important work anyone can do. Not because the outer world does not matter, but because the inner world is its source. When the field of consciousness becomes coherent, crime decreases, conflict diminishes, health improves, and the whole quality of national life rises, as the research has consistently shown. Mother Divine and Purusha are quite literally holding the world in their silence. And now for the first time, both Mother Divine and Purusha are living and practicing in Maharishi Vastu architecture. This is deeply significant. Maharishi Vastu is not merely a beautiful way to build. It is architecture that is aligned with natural law, with the rhythms of the sun, the intelligence of the cosmos, the very structure of creation. A building built according to these principles does not simply house its occupants, it enlivens them. It supports their evolution. It amplifies the coherence they generate. So what is happening here today with 48 Mother Divine suites, now united under one Vastu roof, together with the Rajarajeshwaris and the Peace Palaces on the same blessed property, and with Purusha also established in Vastu, is that the coherence being created by these programs is being amplified in a way that has never existed before. The two streams, the feminine and the masculine principles of natural law, Prakriti and Purusha, are now both housed in structures that resonate with the total intelligence of the universe. The effect of this on the world cannot be overstated. Livingston Manor, New York, this quiet valley in the Catskill Mountains is becoming one of the most powerful centers of peace-generating influence on Earth. And as the Global Women's Center grows and becomes more developed and welcomes more ladies from all walks of life, that influence will reach further still. This has been made possible by the generosity, dedication, and vision of so many. The donors whose hearts were moved to give, the leaders who held this dream steadily through every challenge, and all the supporters whose collective goodwill has brought this day into being. Natural law rewards such acts of merit. What has been given here will return to each of you and to the world 1,000-fold. Maharshi's vision was always global. Today we take another great step in fulfilling it. Thank you all. Thank you, Mother Divine. Jai Gurudev.
Dear Mother Divine, you are the beating heart of the world, creating coherence and peace. Now you will have a beautiful vastu to practice your office hour and create bliss in the world. Jai Gurudev.
A very, very heartfelt thank you to Maharaja and Maharani for giving us this incredible, absolutely beautiful vision of what Mother Maharishi is creating for the world. Your constant support and unfoldment of heaven on earth for every individual is nothing short of extraordinary. And all Mother Divine and every single one of us in Maharshi's global-wide family feel so deeply grateful and very, very, very fortunate to see how you are guiding Maharshi's knowledge for the world and truly bringing heaven on earth now and for all times to come. I'd now like to introduce Rajajeshri Meg to talk to us about Mother Divine's University, Maharshi University of Enlightenment.
Maharshi University of Enlightenment, the university that Maharshi asked Mother Divine to create, is highly relevant to the Global Women's Center and to the Mother Divine program at its heart. This university offers total knowledge. And what does that mean? It means it offers both the direct experience of wholeness or transcendence, the field of pure consciousness that is the source of all knowledge, our own self, along with the knowledge of specific fields of knowledge. Picture being able to earn a degree while participating in the Mother Divine program, where every day you have an ideal daily routine for developing the full potential of your consciousness, expanding the container of knowledge in your own awareness. And then, for a few hours in the afternoon, under the guidance of expert faculty, you are confirming these experiences with the traditional Vedic literature, and you are relating these experiences to specific knowledge and skills that you need to be effective in your daily activity.
Unlike other universities where students commonly become very tired with the pressure of their studies and often wonder, who am I? How is all this studying relevant to my life? At Maharishi University of Enlightenment, students remain bright and fresh and rested, laying the groundwork for a successful, deeply fulfilled life in whatever kind of life they choose, whether it's motherhood, a career, a combination of the both, or leadership within the TM organizations, as several graduates of Maharishi University of Enlightenment have had the experience of. The future success of the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment depends on a thriving Mother Divine program, creating the sublime atmosphere that will attract ladies to come and enjoy the rest and refreshment that an experience here offers. Generation after generation, new students at Maharishi University of Enlightenment on this campus will come and enjoy receiving an exceptional education while participating in the Mother Divine program, assuring that the Mother Divine program will thrive and fulfill its coherence-creating purpose for North America and the world. I'd like to introduce Rajrateshri Richa.
Is the mic on? Yes. Okay. There's really just one word that describes why I personally wanted to support the building of the Global Women's Center, and that is bliss. But my sister once said to me, "Why do you always say the word bliss?" You know, and it made me realize that a lot of people really don't know what bliss is. And I'm not talking about happiness or pleasantness or contentment. I'm talking about the deepest, purest, truly divine level of bliss, where it can be experienced in many, many ways, but people have expressed over the years experience of consciousness beginning to shimmer or becoming filled with thousands of vibrating points, or begin to become filled with light, or melt into flowing rivers of bliss, or whereby literally every cell in the physiology vibrates in bliss. And coming to the Global Women's Centers is one of the few places in the world where one can enliven it, culture it, stir it, and because this field of bliss is actually the essence of everyone on the planet. It's amazing to think that every one of the 8-9 billion people in the world have this level of bliss inside, but they just need to access it. And we have about 10, we have actually 10 people who came here for the very, very first course. And we've been very first course in this Vastu building. We've had many courses in the past. And we've been meeting with them daily to discuss their experiences. And after a few days of rest, one course participant described that her mouth just became filled with bliss and she could feel it go down her throat, and that her heart, she felt like it was physically pouring out of her heart. And then another course participant said that she felt her whole body became like a river of bliss, and that was just after a couple days of rest. And Maharishi once said that there's absolutely no experience in the world, even if you have all the wealth in the world, born in the most beautiful home, live in the most beautiful place, that no experience in life can ever be fulfilling as this most delicate, tender level of bliss rising up in waves of bliss. Again, I'm saying that word bliss a lot, but that's that is the reality. And it's also the experience of purest love and unity. And speaking of bliss, today we are announcing the name of this new building, which we feel is the reality of this building. We were given by the Jyotishis that it had to be with the letter O, and many, many names were suggested, and the one that seemed to win out is the new name of this building is called Ojas Mandir, Home of Bliss. There are a few people who we want to honor today for their generosity by naming the meditation hall and the dining rooms after them. So would you like to come up, Louise? Yes. The meditation hall will now be called the Dr. Lawrence and Louise Allison Meditation Hall. And the dining room now will be called the Claudia Carvalho Dining Room. Unfortunately, Claudia couldn't come today. Claudia, I hope you're listening on the Zoom call. She really wanted to come but wasn't able to. And so now that we've named these two rooms, which I really would like you to say something, but we also want to emphasize that many donors who gave us so much, there are many, many donors who gave so much of their resources and time and guidance as well. So we appreciate all your support and could not accomplish this without wonderful building, without each and every one of you. So Louise, will you say something, please?
I don't think there's anything else to be said, frankly, but if you have another hour, I'll tell you my experience. Just kidding, as you know. I'm humbled by being acknowledged, truly, because we know that there are people who have given and given and given and given to make this happen. I just happened to come along at a time when a little tip was going to make a difference to get started. And because of that, I'm being honored, and my husband, my dear beloved late husband, Larry Allison. And I'll just share a personal experience about giving. I've been a full-time teacher all my life, living hand to mouth. Anybody familiar with that experience? Let me on this side at that back of the room. And by the grace of God, about a year before my husband passed away, we came into a little windfall. And immediately, Larry was like, we have to give this to the movement. And I'm like, yes, let's do it. But where? There's so many important projects. There's so many important organizations that we all want to support. But, of course, for me, having been on Mother Divine and having experienced Mother Divine, I want to support everything, but I feel that Mother Divine is not only the heart of Mother Divine here on earth in this space, but she's the heart and soul of our whole TM movement family, because she is Mother Divine. And Mother Divine nourishes everyone. And so Mother Divine doesn't just think of how do we support ourselves. She thinks about how do we support Purusha and MIU and the global, country of world peace and the Brahmastan and the pundits, everything. So we were really excited when we realized we wanted to start with Mother Divine. And I'll just share a little personal experience. We emailed Rajrajeshri Rindi and said, could we have a Zoom call with you? So we had a little Zoom call, and then we shared what we wanted to do. And then it was like a love fest happened. That's the only way I can describe it, because the overwhelming love and appreciation that Mother Divine shows and gives for anyone, like each and every one of us here today, when we give our support, our love, our financial resources, their gratitude is so huge that you feel like you just got the best blessing in your life. And I have to say, I have had some really great blessings in our worldwide career in the TM movement. And this is probably the top one. To be in a position to give a little bit to this huge powerhouse of nourishing power for our continent and for the whole world, it has taken me to a new level of experience. That's all I can say. That's the power of the love of Mother Divine. And so we know that it is better to give than receive. There's nothing more precious than to be able to give our resources to anything, really, other than ourselves. But to give it to Mother Divine is to give it to heaven on earth. And Mother Divine is seated in this Vastu. Not just the Mother Divines. Mother Divine is seated here. And she is very pleased with what's happening here. And she's blessing everyone here who's all of us who just love, and we have such a deep affection and respect and gratitude to the women, the ladies who have given their whole life to enlivening their own consciousness and to enlivening the consciousness of the world to create heaven on earth. So I want to say to you, thank you. And all I can say is Jai Guru Dev.
Thank you, Louise. It was really precious to hear your words, really. It meant a lot to us. So now I'd like to introduce Rajajeshri Candace, the Rajajeshri of the United States and Canada, and also the head of the TM Women's Organization in the United States and Canada and Australia. And also she and her husband started the Raj, the premier Ayurvedic clinic in America. So Candace.
Thank you, Richa. Louise,
yes.
Everything you just said was so beautiful. I just want to thank you so much. And I think Louise just summed up everything so perfectly. I hate to repeat all the things that she just said because, of course, everything Louise just said is what there is to say. But I just have to agree. And Rajajeshri Rindi asked if I would talk about the blessing of this facility from the perspective of the TM Women's Organization, which Maharishi created and called Global Mother Divine Organization, and for a very good reason, and that is Mother Divine is the administrative body of the Global Mother Divine Organization, and every single Mother Divine has a very important role in the administration of the women's wing of the TM organization, which was created to give all of Maharishi's programs to the women and girls in this world. So today is such a glorious celebration for so many reasons, and certainly it brings huge fulfillment to the goal of the women's wing of the TM organization. And first and foremost, that is because all of Mother Divine is now in a beautiful Vastu home that they so deeply deserve. And the other thing that is so thrilling that we want to acknowledge today is that now we're going to begin to renovate the building that Mother Divine had been living in before and create a fabulous course facility for more than 30 women so that all the women of the world can flow into this glorious facility and they can find what everybody is looking for. And that is an abiding happiness and a profound sense of self-sufficiency that is all based on this continuously unfolding, beautiful inner world, this transcendental reality that brings us all back home to ourselves with a capital S. So I wanted to share with you today a beautiful quote from Maharishi in which he describes this beautiful homecoming experience. Maharishi said, "This is the glory of the nature of the self. Having come back home, the traveler finds peace. The intensity of happiness is beyond the superlative. The bliss of this state eliminates the possibility of any sorrow, great or small. Into the bright light of the sun, no darkness can penetrate, no sorrow can enter bliss consciousness, nor can bliss consciousness know any gain greater than itself. This state of self-sufficiency leaves one steadfast in oneself, fulfilled in eternal contentment. So today, we invite all women and welcome all women into the bright light of the GLOW, the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. And now I'd like to introduce our very dear friend and delightful friend, who, our dear Joni Kimberlin, who we all adore. And Joni has held many important roles in the TM organization, including being a founding member of the David Lynch Foundation Board, and also a trustee of Maharishi International University, and a long-term, dear, dear friend and great supporter of the Mother Divine program.
Thank you, Candace. Well, hello. I wanted to take a few minutes and explain to you why it's so very important for me in my life to come to courses on Mother Divine. And I thought what I'd do is talk to you as if I was talking to a dear girlfriend who I was explaining why she should come here and why all women should come here. And I know there's a few men in the audience, and so I'm making you all honorary girlfriends for today. So first of all, there's three major reasons I think that my girlfriend should want to come here, and you should. And first of all, I would say it's because of the growth of consciousness that you get when you come to Mother Divine. And there is nothing like it. And I know that you are out there engaging in some kind of self-improvement, self-growth program, because that's what we as women do. You know, we do our Pilates, we do our yoga, we do our book groups, we do our, our prayer groups. This is how we roll. And I just want to say to you that there is no better way to experience self-growth and real personal growth than by coming to a course here on this Mother Divine campus. The growth of consciousness is real. These ladies have created such a silent, beautiful environment in the Catskills, and it really imbues all of your meditations with deep, deep growth of consciousness and deep rest. And you take that home with you, and you take that bliss home with you. And everyone can see it. And so I think that's the primary reason to come here, is you take the bliss home with you. We transcend all this surface baloney of our daily lives, and we get to experience deep inner bliss. Take it home, and trust me, our husbands notice, our friends notice, our children notice, our coworkers notice, and it's a real thing. So that's the number one reason. I think the second reason is that this is definitely true. Are somewhat true. I think that girls we just want to have fun. We want to have some fun. And one of our favorite ways to do that is to connect with other women. We love to do that. Now, we do like to connect with men, but we find it very fulfilling to connect in groups of other women. And there's no, I don't think there's any option to create more meaningful, powerful, long-lasting connections with other women than to come on a course at Mother Divine. And we have long meditations together. We study together. We gain new knowledge together. We take lovely walks together. We eat delicious meals together. And, I think that it's almost like, the ultimate girls' trip. And we all know that we love a good girls' trip. So I think it's really very special to be able to come here and make those meaningful connections with other women. So now I just have to take 1 second. I have to think about what my other reason was. I was going to wing this without any notes. What? Okay, rest. Very good. Right, exactly. Thank you, Randy. So then the final reason is You know, I think women, we're pretty amazing. And, right? I mean, we get a lot done. We're very efficient. We're effective. We're full of energy. And because of that, everyone's piling everything onto our plates all the time. And we have so much to do. And what happens is that we get tired. We get really tired. We need deep rest. You all, you know, all of you need deep rest. And so, honestly, this is the truth. There's no better place to get deep rest than right here on a Mother Divine course. And so once again, the whole atmosphere is just imbued with such deep silence. So when you come here and you have these long meditations and you practice your TM program and your TM City program, you experience that deep silence in your meditations, and it's so restful. And the sleep here is very restful too. So I highly recommend it. And you know what? You know, you need rest, so come here and get it. So for all these reasons, you need rest. You need to make these connections with other women that are meaningful. And the growth of consciousness is what it's all about. And it's real. And people notice it, and you take it home with you. And even when I go home, sometimes people might even say to me, "Oh, Joni, you have a glow." And it's interesting they say glow, which they do, is because that is the short way we're referring to this Global Women's Center as glow. And I would like every woman to be able to have that glow in their lives, to come here and appreciate it. And that's why I am so happy to support what Candace was talking about, which is renovating a building on this campus so we can have lots of women come here, experience that glow, and take it home with them. So I'd just like to say, may the glow be with all of you. And come to Mother Divine. And so now I'd like to introduce my dear friend, Anita Warner. And Anita had a very long and successful career as a finance professional on Wall Street. And she has been a steadfast, deep, longtime supporter of Mother Divine since its inception. And she currently serves on its expansion committee, and she was absolutely instrumental in manifesting this beautiful building. So thank you for that, Anita, and I give you Anita.
Thank you, Joni. Anyway, well, I'm going to just talk about my personal experience. So I was a New Yorker, and luckily for me, Marcy decided to send Mother Divine, who I had been helping to fundraise for and support for about 10 years at this point, and he brought them to Livingston Manor, basically right to my back door. And he told them to open their doors and welcome all women and girls. And at the time, I was working on Wall Street. I was an early woman in a particular niche that I was in. I worked on a trading floor. And it was a basically 95, maybe 97% male environment. And it was highly charged, highly competitive, highly stressful, and highly dynamic, fast-paced. And I had to survive. Not only survive, but thrive, actually. And anyway, I had been doing it for about 15 years when Mother Divine moved here. And they announced a Mahalakshmi course. And I thought, well, that sounds great. I really need a break. So I came to Mother Divine, and I could see that just from the moment I entered this campus, there was something special about it. I felt the atmosphere was soft. It was peaceful. It was pure. People were nice to each other. They weren't shouting across the room. They spoke in soft tones. And when I came into this environment, I was able to just completely decompress. And in that decompression, I started to feel myself. I had been so projected outwardly and trying to accomplish and be successful in a very dynamic and very competitive career. It was one of the first times that I actually, since teacher training, which had been many years before, that I was actually able to just be with me. And I went back and I was energized and I felt like I had completely relaxed. And I liked how I felt. So I started coming up here on a regular basis. And at this point, I'd say over the last 30 years, I've been here a minimum of 50 times on 50 different WPAs, which also included 9 months in Thailand as well. And over time, I found that a huge change started to take place in my life. The first thing I noticed was this corporate persona that I had lived for so many years started to dissolve and melt away. And what I found was what emerged was myself with a capital S. And along with that, what started to be revealed to me was my true nature, which was actually feminine. It was actually soft and quiet and sensitive and divine. And so coming up here on a regular basis, it wasn't just the experience that I had here being with Mother Divine. It was when I went home and my relationship with everything changed. My relationship first changed with myself. I started to make decisions that were more life-supporting, where I wasn't pushing myself so much. I was trying to get more rest. I was doing things that were more healthy. The second thing was my relationship with my husband. It started to get softer and sweeter, more loving, easier, more harmonious. My relationship with my family and my friends deepened and became more full. But the most special thing that happened was my relationship with the divine. Oh, I'm going to get choked up thinking about it. Anyway, and what happened is it just became more and more the integral part of my entire life. And it blossomed, and it became my constant companion and the source of my strength and the source of my bliss, and comforted me during some of the most difficult times of my life and gave me the bliss to bring a new chapter into my life as well. So what I would like to say is to other women, we are always asked to give. It's part of our nature. We were constructed that way. We were put on this planet to give birth to life. And so from the early part of life, we are the first teachers to our children. Even though there's been a lot of progress in women's lib, we also are the primary caregivers, whether it's for our children, for our families, for aging parents. We give to our friends, we give to our communities, we give to our employers. And we all know that we can only give from what we have. And if we're exhausted, if we're drained, we have nothing to give to each other, let alone to give to ourselves. So I think the best gift that you can give is to come here and give yourself that rest and relaxation. What is so unique about the experience of Mother Divine is that when you come here on a platform of the experience that has been cultivated and the consciousness that has been cultivated for the last 40 years by many of the women that are here today, were some of the founding members of the Mother Divine program. And when you come in, you don't come in your level of stress. You come in and based on that platform, you start to go deep within. You start to experience that peace. And it's not just the peace in the atmosphere, it's the peace that comes from within yourself. And you take that home, and it begins to transform your life from the inside out. So whether you are a teacher, a corporate businesswoman, whether you're a mom at home, whether you are a student or an athlete or an artist, what you can gain here from Mother Divine is you gain here the opportunity to really connect with yourself in the deepest way. And because the experience is holistic, it will completely transform your life. And it's a gift that Maharishi has given us as women in the world. And I say, whether you come for a taste for a weekend, or you come for a week, a month, a year, or decide that it's a lifestyle choice for you, it will transform your life to heaven. Jai Gurudev. So now it is my great pleasure to introduce Jeffrey Abramson. Jeffrey Abramson has been a longtime friend of the TM organization and has helped in projects for Maharishi all over the world, small and big, and has helped through his philanthropy in other areas such as the environment and in women's education, helping underdeserved communities, and helping certainly through his family business in the area of commercial real estate. Jeffrey, from the time he was a young boy, was concerned about others, and he has dedicated his whole adult life to ensuring that people who are underserved and women and girls, the environment, all have a more beneficial life-supporting experience. Jeffrey also, through his family's company, built the first Maharishi Peace Palace in Bethesda, Maryland. He built the largest commercial application of Maharishi Vastu, which is LEED Platinum, the highest rating for sustainability. Jeffrey's company also generates 1.1 million kilowatt hours of power through on-site solar energy, solar every single year. So, welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce you to the men's wing of the Mother Divine Group. Mother Divine Organization, sorry. I didn't. I better go on, yes. But anyway, it's nice to meet you all. First of all, great congratulations. This building is beautiful, it's breathtaking, it's majestic, and it's just grand. Its sheer size reflects the monumental accomplishment and focus for many years for a few precious souls. Mother Divine has a new home in North America. It was built by people who love you. It is also a beautiful reminder of the importance and grandeur of Mother Divine has had on all our lives. This building would just be a building if it were not for the sublime consciousness all of you have infused into it. You bring life to this building. All you have to do is be in it, meditate in it, live in it. It will be a temple for North America, a temple for goodness to radiate throughout the continent. Maharishi loved this land. He said never leave it and never sell it. The building has revived this holy land and gives it a new purpose. It is like a spiritual revival. Maharishi's knowledge has a home in North America. I wanted to share with you that Mother Divine has had a very special blessing in my life. I have been most fortunate to have had a personal connection with all of you through my wife, Rajajeshri Rona, and now through Anita Warner. Their lives have been nourished and blessed by you. They each held you in their hearts and spread the value of Mother Divine around the world. Rona and Anita shared 30 years of courses together in your presence, speaking on their fine fabrics of consciousness, while steadfastly dedicated to seeing this building built for you. Their collective mission to support the next generation of women who went to your schools are now leaders in our movement. And they have helped tens of thousands of women and girls gain a free education grounded in opportunity, developing their own special inner dignity, self-confidence, and joy in their lives. I think my aunt summed it up best about these two blessed souls in my life when she said, "Jeffrey, you hit the jackpot twice." Then she said, "How did that happen?" Mother Divine. You have a blessed and most powerful state of being to share. As a vital women's global and spiritual organization, more people should know about you, experience your depth of consciousness, and help support you. You are sisters to all of us. You should feel protected and loved. That is my wish for you. I feel the transcendent being very lively here. Share this place. It is the transcendent. Bring everyone back here, back to their selves, to the divine silence that deeply connects us all. Your lives are a perfect reminder why we all learn TM and our precious and most rare life we had with Maharshi, to gain enlightenment, to live his and Gurudev's state of life, and to serve them. Your sublime devotion to this life is why we are all here today. We thank you for your steadfast resolve and service to the highest values of life. You are a blessing to us and to the world. The word devoted best describes Dr. Neil Patterson. Our dear, and you can't get out. Our dear Prime Minister of the global country of world peace, a very devoted man. He lived up to Maharshi's expectations and far surpassed them. Don't you all agree? He is a dear friend to Mother Divine, and he is as he is to all of us. He radiates goodness and purity, and it is an honor to ask him to address us now. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, dear Jeffrey, for that introduction. And I first wanted to just echo what Anita was saying, that when you come into this sublime atmosphere created by Mother Divine, it really does completely wash away all the roughness of the men's world. It's phenomenal, actually, coming here. I've felt just from the first moment stepping into this building that I am in a transcendental realm that is, and the world is very, very far away. And I'm not touched by it in any way. I'm just luxuriating in this soft ocean of Mother Divine's blissful consciousness. And for the past many years, I've had the great good fortune to visit the Purusha capital in West Virginia and to be there in that beautiful atmosphere. And that became my benchmark for the most sublime, peaceful, blissful experience or environment. But coming here now, I think we have a new benchmark.
Don't tell them.
No, no, I was going to say to Michael Chelnoff, we better go and tell Purusha to up their game a little bit. Not that there's any competition, of course. Yeah. So we are here today to celebrate this beautiful new Vastu home of Mother Divine, whose high purpose is to educate the women of the world in the knowledge of consciousness and how to realize the highest level of human development, which is the purpose of life, and that is the unity of bliss consciousness, the ultimate reality. And I wanted to say that there's someone who would have been very, very, very happy about this day and would have wanted to be here, and that is my predecessor, Prime Minister Dr. Bevan Morris, who right through this whole long journey, as Rajajeshri Kami pointed out, it's been a long journey, but all these years he was a great advocate and supporter of Mother Divine having this kind of facility built for their home. So I want to express, of course, on behalf of Maharaja Adiraj Rajaram and Prime Minister Dr. Morris and all the Rajas, Ranis, mothers of the domains, ministers, and all our national directors and governors of the global country of world peace, to congratulate the Rajajeshris on this wonderful achievement and for their unwavering commitment to creating this global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. It states in the Vedic literature that those who care for the welfare of the enlightened or who facilitate those who aspire to gain this highest state of existence, that they gain immeasurable blessings. And so, as we've been hearing today, we want to bestow great honor and gratitude, deepest gratitude, to all those who have given to realize this incredible structure, which will be a lighthouse of enlightenment for all the women of the world. And whether you've given in a small way or in a big way, doesn't matter. Every little bit, every contribution, every donation, every act of service for realizing this project, I'm sure is well noted by Mother Nature. And all the blessings will come to those who have given. I feel very honored to have been invited to speak today in this celebration of this blessed abode of Mother Divine. And when we're considering this dwelling, then we have to, and its purpose, we have to think, what is truly the dwelling or abode of Mother Divine? And I wanted to share this quote from Maharshi about where Mother Divine dwells. When Maharshi spoke of Mother Divine, he said, Mother Divine means the almighty evolutionary power of Mother Nature that nourishes every grain of creation, and whose abode is infinite and is in every finite particle of creation. He said, this is the beauty of her completeness, the beauty of her wholeness. Fullness is that she has as her home everywhere. This is the wholeness of Mother Divine, creative intelligence. She has expressed herself in various states of finite values and remains infinite in her unexpressed, unmanifest value, the absolute, eternal, chitti, parachetana, transcendental reality. This constitutes the entirety and the wholeness of Mother Divine. Her home is small, in small, minute particles of existence, and her home is big, the whole, when we count the totality of the universe. The entire universe is her big home. Big, we say, from our standards of big and small. For her, big is her unmanifest, infinite, unbounded, eternal, immortal reality of being, which fortunately is there present in the deepest state of every expression, small or big, in the whole universe. She has structured her home and resides deep within it, and does not mind how much of her enormous, eternal, infinite value is expressed by that fine, tiny particle. She doesn't mind. Huge galaxies, enormous speed, almost unbounded variety of expressions. That is her bigger glory from our relative standards of small and big. She does not mind. The galaxies express her glory, and the entire clusters of galaxies are her home. And so I wanted to just conclude by saying that this grand and very, very refined, sublime home of Mother Divine's purpose is the awakening of this level of Mother Nature's intelligence that Maharshi described in the individual awareness, individual intelligence of every woman and girl who comes here to gain that status, that cosmic status. And this is the advantage and uniqueness of Vastu, that it connects the awareness of the individual to the cosmic awareness of Mother Divine. So this is a generator, a very powerful generator to enliven this experience of this almighty nourishing power of Mother Nature in the consciousness of every woman of the world. And I'm very, very pleased to introduce someone who doesn't need any introduction. In fact, he asked me not to make any introduction. Yes, in just a moment. But I'll just say that when Bob established the David Lynch Foundation with David, it was very much in their minds, right from early on, that we need to support women's initiatives, women's programs, women's health, in whatever way. I think it wasn't known how that would come about, but over the years there have been some very important initiatives by the David Lynch Foundation for women, and in that way Bob has been a great supporter of Mother Divine and all the whole education of women in their consciousness. So without further ado, I'm happy to introduce Dr. Bob Roth.
Isn't Prime Minister just a beautiful human being? And Jeffrey, your remarks are always so wise and insightful and profound. So the men's wing here, for the first 2 out of 3. I always liked when I would attend these advanced training courses, ATR courses with Maharishi in the early days, that it would be long rounding and deep knowledge. And then the last day, Maharishi would say, okay, now what are our plans now? What are we going to do next? I was always a big fan of that. What are we going to do next? This has been an extraordinary, it's an hour and a half. It feels like transformationally. We've had a whole course. And the name, Global Women Center for Enlightenment and Peace and Enlightenment, that's a big words. And we, all of us watching this, need to think of what we can do together to support the global Mother Divine, the Mother Divine who are here to realize the total vision of that word, of those names, the total vision. We have a huge accomplishment, as everyone has said, that now for the first time in so many years, Mother Divine is under one roof. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get invited back again, but this was a powerful, awesome experience to be able to be here. And those of you who can be invited, those women should 100% make it a point of come for a course. 100, it's like nothing you've ever experienced. But there's another element to this title, and that is, and I know that Roger Jeshri Candace was talking about it, and Joni was talking about it, others, and that is we need to bring leaders of society, women leaders of society need to come here and bask in this and bathe in this and be transformed by this. It will just, driving up, it will calm their amygdala. It will reduce cortisol. It will, I love it. It will increase serotonin. It'll calm their nervous systems. Their parasympathetic nervous system will be enlivened. Truly, just being here. So we need to plan, once those 30 rooms are open, who we can have to come here, and then plan for much larger facility for women to come and be in this environment and be transformed by this environment. Because that, in my opinion, will be, don't say anything, the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment. And that is the next phase, and I'm all in. So thank you very, very much for this wonderful opportunity to be here, and let's make this happen. Jai Gurudev.
So, Jai Guru Dev, this has been such a fulfillment to have you all here, and we just want to express our heartfelt gratitude to all of our dear friends and speakers and longtime supporters for making this a reality on behalf of the next generation of Mother Divine and the current generation of Mother Divine and the future of the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment so that we can all glow. I would like to end with a few short testimonials of the Mother Divine, of Mother Divine's experiences as we've moved into this beautiful Maharshi Vastu building. The first one is, in our new Vastu, the liveliness of cosmic intelligence is so apparent. I feel simplicity and ease as I float through the day with supportive nature around every corner. Living here is more than 200% of life, more than 100%, absolute and 100% relative. It is a wholeness that is truly greater than the sum of the parts. And the next one. Ever since I moved into our new Vastu, every aspect of my daily living has become more effective. The nourishing and supportive influences of the building to its inhabitants are very tangible. My thinking has become more orderly and precise, and I feel at ease in every situation. And the third, upon arriving from Maharshi Vedic City, it was about 1 a.m., and the silence pulled me inward, deeper and deeper. What came to mind? Now, from here, the desire to know Brahm. I was where I could do this. It's a whole new level, a new reality for Mother Divine and for our world, our universe, here, right now, and for future generations. And then the last one. My heart is feeling much more expanded and open and friendly. The program is much more rich, full and blissful, and creativity is much greater. There is a feeling of higher states of consciousness throughout the building. Thank you with all of our hearts, and Jai Guru Dev.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I want to give a shout out to all those on Zoom. We have over 300 connected, and I know there are many watch parties where there's groups of 5 to 10 connected. So there's quite a large group listening and celebrating our new Ojas Mandir. And I just want to really, really appreciate the Rajajeshris and their perseverance through so many years. Personally, I've watched them keep going and going and going and going. I was like, wow, this is taking a while, but it was just amazing to see their steadfast, one-pointed focus. And so I just want to really, really thank the Rajajeshris for their commitment to Mother Divine. And as we say, there's what you see, you become, but also what your vision is what will create your reality. And we've seen many calls where we saw the vision, and now you're in the reality. And so we wanted to just end with a video montage that describes this Vedic expression, yata drishti tata shrishti, which can be translated as your creation is as your vision is. So thank you all for being here, for helping enliven this Ojas Mandir. And after the video montage, we'll end with more celebration for the live, but for the Zoom, thank you all so much for joining us from around the world to celebrate the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment.
One thing, too, is at the end, you'll see a slate with a website if you want to stay connected and participate in our future courses. So stay till the end. Jai Guru Dev.
As your vision is, your creation is as your vision is. Your
It is clear now more than ever, the world needs a powerful light of pure knowledge.
When the world seems dark, let's shine brighter. People go low, let's rise higher. Rise like the moon, shine like the stars. Sing the same tune and be heard near and far. Let's shine, let's rise. Change the trends of time. Realize now's the time to rise.
Our goal is to create a powerful influence of coherence from the level of transcendence, bringing the world a whole new light.
Listen to the whispers of the trees. They will tell a story to you. Look into the dewdrops on the leaves. Learn to glisten just as they do. Hear the sounds of nature ringing deep inside. And one thing will be sure, your heart will open wide. Feel the thrills resound, and as you look around, suddenly things are in a whole new light.
Through the Global Women's Center for Peace and Enlightenment, we are truly creating heaven on earth.